I'm going to show you all my very simple 343 square foot home tour. It's very tiny. I've actually made quite a few changes to the home, and that is because our life is slowly but surely changing in that we travel a lot, and my mum is actually here a lot to mind the dogs with her dog. So because of that, we had to introduce a little bit more furniture. And for those of you who have been around a while, you'll know that at one point we trialled furniture free, we trialled barely any furniture, but we finally got a tiny bit of furniture. But I think, as you're about to see, it's still not that much. It's a very simple home, and that's how we like to keep it, to have as much space as possible in a tiny home. So let's begin. So if I move back, you will see that we have moved around and changed around. Zala's got zoomies, what we've done in this hallway, and that is because we have introduced a coffee table, as you're about to see. So this has become just like a little entrance greeting area. So there we go. And then this is our little doorway area. This mirror is supposed to be going on the wall, but it's not yet been done. But this is now going to be our laundry area, so that we don't have to look at it in our bedroom, as we have no outside space. So we think that this will be the least invasive area to keep our laundry when it's drying. And obviously our shoe area, which we did actually get so that my mum has got somewhere to sit when she is getting both dogs ready to take out on the walks while we're busy away travelling. Zala's still got the zoomies, guys. She's recently got a new little lead, and we keep her leads up here because she's going through a phase of being a bit, shall we say, overwhelmed by how busy it is in our town. So we've got her this because, unfortunately, children keep running up to her and grabbing her. So that's just to kind of warn parents, don't let your children run up and grab her because it's scaring her. Now, for the first time in a while, we've done something to the bathroom, and I'm actually quite liking how it looks, but we will come back to that at the end. And we'll go around the rest of the areas first. So let's start with the living room, perhaps the biggest change. Now, I recently, very recently, as in yesterday, received this rug, and it's a washable rug, which we feel will be perfect for Zala because, as you've just witnessed, she runs around a lot. We're worried that she's wearing the carpets out. Even though this is a rented property, we are worried that the landlord might have something to say about the carpets, even though after 3 years it should be classed as general wear and tear. We just thought we'd put in that little bit extra effort to kind of take care of the carpets. Now, we did decide after a long time that the dining table situation wasn't really working because we got a dining table that was a little bit too small and our chairs wouldn't fit underneath it. So we've decided to go back to just sort of kneeling at the coffee table to eat. That's fine. We quite like the floor living type vibe of sitting on the floor when we eat. And that's why we've got these caterpillar chairs as well that are classed as sort of furniture free style chairs, and we've put them together to almost be like a mini sofa. So they're quite sort of multi-use like that. You can separate them or put them together. We have finally centered our sofa, as we liked being able to have access to both alcoves now because of what we've done, as in both recesses. And we've got a tiny 80 centimetre table off of Amazon resale, as in a rising standing desk, so that I have the choice to stand up while I'm working, as the previous method I was using of sitting or standing at the kitchen counter, it wasn't quite high enough. So this is how we're going to keep it now, I think, really, until we move on to our next venture in our perhaps travelling life or finding a cabin eventually. This is how it is going to stay. And because my mum is basically coming back and forth and staying with us, we have got a blanket box, keeping sort of the bedding that goes on this sofa. This sofa is about 160 centimetres long, and we do offer my mum the bed when we are all here. But because she's only 5'2", she has said that she thinks it's best if me and Johnny have our bed, because it makes sense because the bed sleeps 2 people. So we have the blankets in there for my mum. The window, we're enjoying just keeping nothing up. I know I trialled curtains again for a while, but I just couldn't stand it. It looked messy. So whenever we want to watch anything, we just go watch it in the bedroom, because obviously some of you may know that we have a projector and we need it to be blackout for that. So we go through there to do that. We also like the idea that this is a round coffee table. I've always preferred round coffee tables so that Zala doesn't sort of bang her head on it, but also because I think that in a small space they take up less space, and glass definitely gives the illusion of it taking up less space. Then we've done this little thing with some dried flowers in the basket to try and hide the wires. As you all know, I loathe the amount of wires that we have nowadays, and unfortunately that is our only socket, along with one other. So there are 2 sockets in this living room, and that is it. And we have got a little pet cam so we can monitor Zala when we're out, because we're getting to the point where we're just training her to be able to be left on her own for a little bit. But let's go into the kitchen. The kitchen, it doesn't really look that much different from the last home tour, from those of you that have seen that. And if you do want more detail of looking in things, please do visit back to some of my other home tours where I open all the drawers and all the cupboards, because they're pretty much the same. But I always get the feedback that my home tours are too long, so we're trying to keep this one a little bit shorter. So we did get a new kettle. It was £9 on Amazon resale, and I actually think it's very good quality for that, because it's entirely stainless steel. And it was a non-negotiable for my mum, who drinks about 10 cups of tea a day. She's not really a coffee person, just a tea person. So when she is here, that is what she wants. Then, what else have we got? We've got our little stool that we always keep, because Johnny seems to sit there when he comes home from work when he's dirty. And we also use it as a stepping stool to be able to reach some of the shelves in the property. And everything else in here is pretty much the same. We still just have our gifted coffee machine here. And then one thing that I will tell you all, because I personally find it quite funny, is we do have our spice jars, magnetic spice jars on the side of here. But slowly, people have been getting us little fridge magnets. And when I say people, I mean my partner's friends. And the aim is to find the most gaudy, horrible fridge magnet that they possibly can, and it's like an ongoing joke, but I don't really like them. So we just kind of hide them down here, and it's a bit of a running joke now between his friends and Johnny and I. Anyway, let's go back through to the bedroom. Zala has just left one of her shoes on there, and we'll show you the bedroom. So the bedroom is looking very different. Zala's there waiting for you all. So guys, big change in here. Are you all ready? I didn't want anything on the surfaces anymore, so I've removed things off of most of the radiator shelves and the windowsills, and I decided to just have this one little shelf where I put the odd thing that was on the window ledges. The aim with this candle is that when I have used it, I'm going to use that as the plant pot for that snake plant on the top. And I like the idea that the wooden grooves will kind of match the lines on this. So that is where that will be going. I realise we have a few empty shelves because we don't really have anything else to put on them. But I liked reintegrating this bit of wood back in again. Now, in general terms, I wouldn't advise having a chair in the corner of a room, because obviously you are tempted to put clutter on it. But what we've discovered is if we pull, that is just Zala that you can hear in the background, if we pull our desk out, if we occasionally do want to sit at a table, then this chair can go on the other side. So then we make our desk multifunctional. Anyway, again, we have a rug in here just to protect the carpets a little bit. We have our projector, which we pull out around here on an evening when we want to watch things. And yes, guys, we have gotten a bed again. Now, I was personally loving laying on the floor on our futon mattress, but my mum was not. And my mum has been staying here a lot to obviously mind Zala when we're away. And she's in her 60s and does not want to be getting up off the floor. So I thought the next best thing as a minimalist than being sort of nice and grounded, laying on the floor. And I also like the idea that having a bed on the floor gives us the optimum amount of vertical space. I feel like the next best thing is one of these floating beds, because somehow I feel like it gives the illusion of space underneath and almost like serene how it's floating. And what I also like is it has this headboard that means we don't have to have bedside tables, and yet there is somewhere to put our cups to stop Zala knocking them over. This one is especially good for us because it also has a built-in light under here, which gives off a nice warm glow on an evening, and a built-in charging port, which, as you all know, has been a constant problem for me. Those of you that watch my channel in general, you might not know if you're new here. If you're new here, hello. We have a problem because this property is so old. It's 200 years old, and our only electric outlet in this room is in that corner and in this corner. But the one in this corner is just such a silly location. I mean, how would you put things up near the radiator? It's just bizarre. So really, we only have this one. Anyway, I'm loving the floating bed. Zala has her little steps to get up on it easily without wearing little joints out, although she often doesn't bother with that unless she's tired on an evening. And she now has a little den underneath. She's got a little bed just poking out the corner, and she is loving it under there. Then she has her little puzzles and an extra thing of water in here, because we have been having a heat wave, so that's to try and encourage her to drink as much water as possible. And then, guys, we have just got all our clothes out. In a recent vlog that I've already filmed for you all, that's coming out next week, I am basically sorting through all my things and reorganising everything. See, I told you that the upcoming simple living vlogs are not to be considered normal sort of vlogs that you see, or when a lot of minimalist YouTube creators change from minimalism into just vlogs. They're really minimalist integrated. They're really to be considered sort of 4 small minimalist videos, all integrated into one, rather than just showing you random things. In general, they are very, very minimalist themed. In another vlog that I've already pre-filmed for next week, so they're only sort of a week in advance, they show also me going grocery shopping and how I sort of try to shop frugally, how I have like a mental shopping list and I don't go off it, that type of thing. They're all very, very minimalist themed. So one of the things, as I was saying, that I have done for the vlog next week, because I'm just vlogging my life at the end of the day, is I decided I wanted to change how I had all the things stored in the hallway. So we got, Zala won't stop scratching, guys. We think she's got seasonal allergies. She is going to the vets tomorrow. Yeah, we got everything out. We decided we didn't want anything away. We wanted to have all our clothes out. So that is all the clothes that my partner owns. That is all the clothes that I own. In the end, I ended up keeping 2 items of colour. And there are 2 also linen trousers in there that I am probably decluttering. But for now, I'm just keeping them there while I finally decide. So the only thing that we actually have away is we do have 1 bag in the bed. There she goes, good girl, she's drinking her water. We do have 1 bag under the bed that just keeps our suits, or my partner's suits, and my 2 ball gowns in for when we do go to very, very formal occasions. But basically, other than 2 ball gowns, that is all the clothes that I own. And one thing you may have noticed throughout this home tour is that we don't have any storage. That, for anybody who is new, is a water boiler. That just houses our water storage heater. That's how we heat all the water in our property. There's no storage in there, but unfortunately it is fixed to the wall. And we've got one tub now that is a decluttering tub where we keep everything that we're decluttering, and one tub with all our loungewear in. That is it. And we keep our coats behind that door. But one thing that you may have noticed, as I was saying, is we don't have any actual wardrobes, dressers. There are no actual storage cupboards or drawers in our whole property. And out of interest the other day, I actually counted, we only have 7 pieces of furniture. A bed, a desk and chair set, that random chair there, our coffee table, our 2 furniture-free chairs, and the sofa. We don't actually have any other furniture. So let me show you the shelves, because I think I missed that on the way in. We now just have these 3 baskets and 1 shelf, and in there we have my tech, we have random DIY stuff, and they are my partner's accessories like belts and things that he uses. And very quickly, before I forget, let's show you the bathroom. So guys, it's not quite finished, but we're nearly there. We are having a black floor put down. That's not quite finished. We've gone for a tiny little laundry storage area down there. Now, I just Rust-Oleum spray painted the radiators, so there is a bit of black spray paint dust still on the bath that I need to scrub. So it's not immaculate, but you'll get the idea. So we've got the landlord's original cabinet back up here, but I did fit these little accents on here, these little black and dark wood accents. It's the only room where we've gone for dark wood, as you may have gathered that in the rest of the home I use bamboo. We've gone for some black grouting in between all the tiles to kind of bring in some more black accents. I even spray painted all the shower black with waterproof Rust-Oleum paint, and we've got a black accent wall even in here. I'm gonna have to shut the door because this is so tiny in here. This room is only about 6 foot by 5 foot. We've got a black toilet seat, black toilet roll holder, a natural diffuser that I've mixed with my own essential oils, non-toxic candle. In general, I don't go for decor things like this, but in a very tiny bathroom with no window, we just wanted to make it feel a bit more serene and peaceful. Because in the UK, a bit like in Japan, we do love a bath because it's so cold in the winter, and my partner Johnny has a very laborious job, and he likes to come and soak off his muscles in the bath at the end of a hard day. We've got a little black hand towel, and a rather nice little coincidence is that all my black Lush products kind of fit there and match the aesthetic. And then we have just a tiny bit more storage up there, but like I said, not a cabinet, it is just a shelf, and that is first aid, spare towels, and some of the products that my partner uses, as he actually has a little bit more than me. Let's go back out there. Zala's busy sniffing around. So guys, that was the home tour. I hope it was not too long for you all, and you just got to see the general layout. So next week, I've been very, very, very busy, and it might only be for 1 week only, but we have 3 videos showcasing my life, living minimally, showing all the decisions I make every day as a minimalist. That is really the central point to minimalism, I believe, that, or one of them, that we might begin by decluttering. We might begin in the home and keeping it simple, because that does alleviate stress, because there are so many decisions that we make every day throughout our day, so many decisions and choices. And if we had all that to do on top of having a hectic, cluttered home, it would lead to stress. So in the first vlog that you're going to see on Tuesday, it shows just how many minimalist decisions I make in a day. and how really minimalism is always at the centre of my decision making. But I'm going to show you a mixture of everything, and the aim for them is to be simple and calming and relaxing, and something that you can really put on as fellow minimalists and feel calm when you are watching. And I definitely think that hopefully watching how I make decisions might even give you guys some tips and some ideas. So I definitely think they will be useful. So I'll see you all on Tuesday, and then we also have one on Thursday and Sunday. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. my time, and Sundays at 11 a.m. But like I said in the last video, in general they're probably going to be just Thursdays and Sundays, but we have an extra video next week on Tuesday, and Zala is just waiting there, probably to be given some attention. Bye! See you all in the next one.